begin. So here we have Abraham Jenkins in the front starting, and Blue, C Guy in second, and me in third. What is the motivation that propelled this topic today? Because little did I realize the first driver in this race happened to be somebody from a race the night before. And the night before, unprovoked, he wrecked me. And in a bad way. And we weren't even fighting for first, which is typical amongst bad drivers on this game. So what is the difference between skilled drivers and dirty drivers, or the difference between the two? And is there a third possibility to the ranks of drivers that I did not mention in my description? Well, you see, if you remember Fast and the Furious, if you've ever been a fan, if you've ever watched it and you know the franchise in and out, you know that Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and Paul Walker's character, they have their rivalry in their races. And you know, I remember quite well, like I just watched it yesterday, about the explanation in the world of racing that winning is winning. And I know we're playing GranTurismo. This isn't street racing, and I don't intend to play dirty with anybody on purpose. A little disclaimer, little bit of truth. I've been trying to get my trophy, so yeah, there's been a little more urge to win on most occasions over the last 2 months, just for that purpose alone. But here we see on one of these laps what happens to Abraham Jenkins due to his unthoughtful actions from the night before. You see, you might be in front of me. I might have started in third. You might have had a quicker qualifying time than me. But it's clear as day that without any tricks, I'm catching up to you. And there was an attempt right there at wiping you off the grid. I failed at wiping you out, but I did not fail at maintaining my ability to keep up with you and continue to pursue the chase in which to get you back from the night before. And do so I've done, as we're about to witness right here. Blam. Just a slight little tip on that bumper of yours. And you know what? There you are. Hit the wall, back in solid state with a 1.5 penalty. A 1.5 second penalty. You know, it wasn't, how do you say, satisfactory or satisfying enough for me to have set you back a position or two. But when that red started flashing above your car and you had a 1.5 second penalty, that right there is the cherry on top of the cake, or the icing, or the ice cream, or whatever you enjoy to eat, friends. And you know something? Here we continue off with me playing clean and driving as well as I'm able to drive. The guy in second place, he tried to catch up to me, but as this race finishes, there's another lap or two to go. There is distance put between us. That is me putting distance between me and the guy in second place. So, am I driving dirty? Am I driving skilled? Do I suck at driving? Because the majority of people that hit people tend to suck at driving. They don't have the capacity within them to keep up, stay up, or they simply DNF all the time. And that is the third category of unskilled, no experienced types of drivers. And when they hit you, that's not called dirty. That's just blatantly ignorant, being the fact that they don't have any skill to do any better than to try to hit you and accomplish a position through disabling your ride, which in 9 out of 10 cases, the majority of people that attempt to mess around with, say, somebody with like me with my experience, Why? You know, like, how long does a person have to be around a video game, around the same game, before you realize that starting a war with someone isn't the best route to accomplish your end goal? Because, as I stated at the end of this race, clearly in the chat, obviously he got mad, he called me trash, good for him. Isn't it ironic that somebody who wrecked me from the night before forgot, supposedly, what he did the day before, because this is just a video game, why would we remember, right? Supposedly. Well, yeah, it is a video game. It's a racing game. And when somebody messes up my game when it comes to racing, I don't normally forget. Especially if I make it a purpose to remember who hit me and who messed me up. And I remembered you. By the 30th second of the beginning of the race or sooner, I realized, oh, guess who that is? And immediately, I knew I was catching up to you. I knew you were done. That payback was your destiny. And paid you back I did in full. And I told you when the race was over, after you called me trash, that we are now even. And that move that I pulled on you was for what you did to me the night before. You know, I don't have to race 10 times a day or 15 times a day or 20 times a day. On average, I race 3 times a day. And on average, I win 2 of 3 races. And if I'm not winning one week versus the next week, fine. I'm doing my minimum mileage from day to day. I'm collecting my free cars. And for what it's worth, I still enjoy this game a little bit. It is not the lack of content or the lack of cars that make this game good or bad. It is the people that play this game that are responsible for the quality of its worthiness. Now this race is over. I have hopes that somebody will listen to this and actually absorb. If you have an issue with me on the track and you've met me before without talking to me, come talk to me. But if you choose to fight with me on the track, hey, you know what? It's your future. And your due.